Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the new release from the house of BDK, Soir Extrait. So the EDP, which I have a sample of here, I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison, was a hugely successful perfume from BDK, really a fragrance that the house was really known for, a fragrance that really resonated with a lot of people. So of course there was a lot of interest around the release of the new Extrait version, and I of course was very eager to try it out. And I just want to say off the bat that I love the packaging of this. I love this kind of like turquoise, dark kind of teal blue, and it feels very nice and heavy like all of their packaging, of course, but there's something that's a little extra bougie and really nice about this one. And what I like about it too is that I think it kind of gives you a little bit of a hint of the fragrance and how it might be going in more of a unisex direction than the original, which I think is for a lot of people typically more feminine. So this has a pretty similar note breakdown to the original. Did you hear the clunk of the cap? I love that sound so much. Side note, there's nothing more satisfying than a nice heavy cap. So the notes are pretty similar between the two, just the Extrait has an added pear note with cacao, peach, and ambroxan, all in addition to the original DNA. And I think the ambroxan is just really used in here to really amp it up, kind of give it that Extrait like extra strength, and it is definitely a more amped up version with more character, a lot more character going on in this one, a lot of dimension as well. I can't get over the bottle. It's so beautiful. So I want to spray the eau de parfum really quick and kind of give you a side-by-side comparison of how they dry. I'm going to spray it on my skin as well. Beautiful sprayer as well. So the Extrait opens very peachy with a very bright, very crisp pear note. Definitely an amped up version. You can really feel that ambroxan, that molecule feel in this. And I will say the florals are pretty dominant too. It has jasmine and orange blossom. It really has a strong presence in this fragrance. And comparing it to the eau de parfum has a little bit of a toned down opening compared to the Extrait. You can feel that similar kind of fruity vibe, but I think it has more of the florals, and the way that the opening is in the eau de parfum is it's not quite as like punchy and zesty and bright as it is in the Extrait. And it's the same situation on the skin as well. You don't really get quite as bright and punchy of an opening as you do with the Extrait on the skin. And the eau de parfum, it has a little bit more of a peppery feel to it as well, versus you get more of this like sweet, juicy fruitiness, peachy pear note in the Extrait. I will say the eau de parfum, it kind of has more of a tropical feel. Like it feels a little bit silkier. It's just a little bit smoother, I'd say, in the opening. So this is where the fragrances really start to take like a fork in the road. They start going in totally different directions, because with the Extrait, it starts to change pretty quickly after that initial blast. It gets spicier, warmer, the fruity notes really subside, whereas in the eau de parfum, it stays pretty linear throughout the life of it. If anything, it might even get just a little bit sweeter as it dries, but what you get with the opening in the eau de parfum is really just what you're going to get even in the dry down. I think that in the Extrait, there's a patchouli that really comes out more in the mid. I don't really get anything that is necessarily per se cacao, but it could be perceived as kind of like a chocolatey, very slightly chocolatey patchouli. And it definitely has darker, warmer, more earthy elements in the Extrait versus in the eau de parfum, all while having this nice kind of vanillic backbone. It's really, really beautiful. And I would say, comparing the two as well, because the eau de parfum is so linear, I would say that this one the eau de parfum leans a little bit more on the feminine side, which is, it's been known for that anyways. It's always appealed more to women, I think, anyways. But with the Extrait, because it changes so much and it gets darker, spicier, a little bit of an earthy touch with that patchouli, I think it's really going to appeal more to men. And it's definitely been a theme as well, especially this year in men's fragrances, is sweeter, fruitier scents, more floral, not typically feminine, but there are some elements sprinkled in that men are really enjoying wearing. You've seen it in things like God of Fire, Synergy by Scentology. There's been many like very fruity, very sweet fragrances released that men absolutely are loving. And I think that a lot of men will get behind this one as well. And what I really love as well in the new Extrait is that it has a beautiful cashmere note. Cashmere just has this way of adding the most beautiful, creamy, luxurious to a fragrance. Like, it just adds a little something special that makes it smell very expensive and very warming and cozy, and it really puts a lot into this fragrance. It really adds a lot. This one, I'd say, is more versatile than the Eau de Parfum. I think this is one that can be worn year-round. It's going to work in all seasons, versus the Eau de Parfum, I think, is going to be better for something like spring and summer, some warmer weather. But I can just say I am very, very impressed with the new release, the new Soir Extrait. It is just stunning and it is gorgeous. There's something, I don't know what it is, there's something about this glass that really draws me to it. Just looking at it when it's on my shelf, it's always the first thing that my eye goes to for some reason. It's really, really beautiful packaging. And I was a big fan of the Eau de Parfum, as was most of the world. It had a huge fan following, but I think this new Extrait is definitely going to be taking over. I think a lot of people are going to be really obsessed with this once they start trying it more. It is going to appeal to so many people. I really love it. I love the depth and the sweetness that this brings, that gorgeous spice, and it definitely lasts much, much better than the Eau de Parfum. Really amped up, much stronger, and it's going to last and perform much better than the Eau de Parfum, which was a complaint that some people had, was the longevity and projection. This lasts a lot better. For me, I've been getting 6 to 8 hours with a very good projection. I love it. I can smell it when I'm wearing it. It's just gorgeous. And there's something very cozy about it in the dry down as well. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but there's some element to this that is very cozy, very calming. It's like something that you just want to like cozy up to. Like, it's the fall and you have a fireplace in front of you and you have your cup of coffee. It has that element to it, but at the same time, it also can be an amazing like going out fragrance, like a date night, going out clubbing. Like, it will work. This is seriously so versatile. It's going to work in so many different scenarios for you, man or woman. I will say though, it's not the most elegant scent. It does have that cashmere, which does give it a touch of something expensive and refined, but I wouldn't necessarily classify this as a super elegant scent. Something with the fruitiness, I think. It just makes it not necessarily something you'd want to wear to like a black tie event, but really any other occasion other than that, this will work beautifully. It definitely has a very fun and playful side that I love, especially on a man. This is a very, very sexy fragrance for a man to wear. So I'm very, very happy about this new release. I'm very glad that I got my hands on a bottle. I also got my hands on a pretty decently sized sample of Vinny Leather. So please leave a comment below if you'd like to see my thoughts on that one, because I tried it and I really enjoy it. I'd love to share if you guys are interested. It's currently a Harrods exclusive, but some people have been talking about it, so let me know if you'd like to hear about that one. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below if you are a fan of Soir. Have you tried the new Extrait? Are you excited about it? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.